After seeing so many awesome hair transitions by people who lost their hair and then got great looking hair back, I'm sure you're wondering how to get started with it. The thing is, how do you get started with these hair systems? Okay, today I'm going to tell you how to do it step by step. And I'm going to explain the different elements of a hair system. Okay, so let's get started. So what is a hair system? Why do we call it a hair system? Well, it could be called a hair system or a half wig or a toupee. It's all the same thing. But basically the key thing is that with this kind of hair system, you have incorporated some of your natural hair along with the third-party hair, as it were. Okay, so a hair system is basically made of the base that holds the hair to your head and then the hair itself. So let's talk about these things. First, let's talk about the hair system base. Okay, so the bases that are available on the market now are generally made from 4 different kinds of materials. All right, and each one has its own properties. So let me explain. The names of these are, the first one is called lace, the second one we'll call skin, the third type is monofilament or mono, and the fourth type is silk. And all of the hair systems on the market are made from one of these 4 materials for the base. So what's the difference between these 4 different kinds of bases? Okay, so let's talk about lace first. So lace is a kind of mesh surface and it's breathable, okay, and it's really good for people maybe who work out a lot and sweat a lot. Because if you have a really sealed material on your head and you're sweating, it's going to get all sweaty underneath and it's not going to be good. The hair system's probably going to release. Okay, so this could be an issue. And a lace system will last about 4 to 6 months. All of the hair systems have a limited lifetime, but depending on the base material and how you take care of it, the length, the duration will vary. So the next type of system base is called skin or polyurethane. And this skin material is super thin. This is the material that they use in Hollywood for those masks that you see actors peel off from their face. Okay, that is the type of skin material. It's super thin, and because of that, it can be really invisible. It feels very tight on your head, and it gives you quite a natural hairline because it doesn't have a lot of knots that are at the base. The skin bases vary from 0.02 millimeters up to 0.12 millimeters. They could last 2 to 3 months, or the thicker ones may last up to 6 months. The next kind of base material is monofilament type base. This kind of base is more breathable than skin, but not as breathable as the lace base. The main advantage of a mono base is it can last much longer, probably 9 to 12 months. It can also carry fairly heavy hair, 100 to 130% density. So it's more suitable for someone who needs to have very thick hair. Or if you want to save money, probably the mono base is going to be the cheapest option. Next up we have the silk base. The silk base is made of 3 layers. The middle layer is where the hairs are knotted and attached to the layer. On top of that is another clear layer that makes it look very realistic from the scalp side. It looks like the hairs are growing directly out and looks very natural. There's another layer added to the bottom for comfort. And the silk base can last quite a while. However, it's not as breathable as some of the other types of base materials. So now that you know the different features of the different types of base materials, you can choose one that you think is most suitable for your needs. Once you find the right one, you'll probably stick with it. But you may be interested in trying the different bases to see which one works best for you. Now, let's talk about hair. So when it comes to hair, there's a few factors that you need to consider. the hair material, the hair density, the hair wave or curl, and the hair color. When it comes to the hair material, on the toupee market, there are basically three kinds of hair used. The main one is Indian hair, okay? And the second one is European hair. Now the Indian hair is fairly soft. The European hair is quite expensive. And then there's synthetic hair. And the synthetic hair is generally used only for gray color. And it is cheaper, but it doesn't feel as natural as human hair. Here at LaVivid, we offer 6 different levels of density, okay? From light, extra light, to heavy. Extra light is 50%, heavy being 180%. These are relative numbers. 100% should be based on an average person's hair density. Okay, so extra light is going to be for people maybe in their 60s or older, and heavy is going to be for those in the 20s. So you need to choose a hair density that matches well with your existing hair. The base material that you choose also is related to density in that some base materials can only handle so much density. So for example, if you choose a skin base of a 0.02 millimeters, that's a very thin skin, then it can only handle about 95% hair density. Just as an example. Your hair system can also come with a certain amount of waviness to the hair. If you have naturally wavy hair, then you need to have a hair system that matches your existing hair. And the way that these hairs are, the wave is set up is it's based on a diameter of a rod that the hair is wrapped around, okay? And typically it's 28 to 30 millimeters. That's the standard size. But other wave sizes are available. For the hair color, color's everything. LaVivid has about 63 colors. Now, for the gray colors, let's talk about how the hair number works. First of all, the colors are numbered, okay? So if you see, for example, number sign 410, this means that this is number 4 dark brown color, and the 10 means that it has 10% gray. So if it's number 420, that would be also dark brown color, but with 20% gray. Also remember, this gray hair is synthetic, it's not the human hair. So the human hair is going to feel more natural. The gray hair feels a little bit drier, a little more brittle. So you need to choose the percentage of gray that matches with your hair. Okay, so now you have the basic knowledge of what it takes to choose the components of your hair system. If you're still not sure about it, it's no problem. Just contact LaVivid customer support and we will help you choose the right choice of base and hair for your hair system. You might want to know, when you receive your hair system, can you just install it yourself and use it directly? Well, right now, yes and no. First of all, normally you cannot do this because when the hair system arrives, the hair will be at its full length, which is around 6 inches. And you will need to have the hair system installed. It may have to be cut down slightly to match your head baldness pattern, and it also has to be styled and integrated in with your existing hair. However, we do have a way to pre-cut your hairstyle based on a style that you prefer. And if you really want to do the system yourself, and for me, I love to DIY, although I didn't DIY with my own hair system, but most things I love to DIY, then you do have the option of ordering the hair system with it pre-styled. So if you want to do it entirely yourself, it can be done. How do you do this? You have to send LaVivid a template that shows the pattern of your baldness. And this is done by taking a piece of plastic wrap, putting it over your head. You need to have someone help with this. Put a piece of plastic over your head, pull it tight. Then use a marker to trace the pattern of your hairline, okay? And then use some clear packing tape and put straps of it over your head onto the plastic so that it kind of holds the shape of the template on your head. Just put several layers down. And just make sure that you can still see the tracing of the line through the plastic tape. That way you have a template. Then you need to send that template to us. From there, we will make a hair base that matches the template and the hairline that follows that template. Make sure you indicate what is the front and which is the back of the hair template. Then you can also send a few photos of the hairstyle that you want. We can also style the hair system with the hairstyle that you want and then send the entire thing to you already ready to install. But remember, that hair system needs to tie into your existing hair. And you're still going to need to have your hair styled somewhat, the hair system styled so it integrates really well with your own natural hair. This will create the most natural look. There are other options available for a completely customized hair system. You can, for example, suppose you want to have a patch of gray going through your hair. Maybe you naturally have this kind of shock of gray hair. This can also be done. This would be a completely customized hair piece, and that can be done. With a custom hair system, you can choose the base size, the construction, the base material, the hair density could vary over the surface, the front hairline if you have any special requirements on that, the hair color, the length, the wave or curl, of course the hair material, percentage of gray, all of these things can be done. Again, we would still need a template, and we would need to discuss further with you your requirements for the hair system. Anything's possible. That's all I have for today. That is, in a nutshell, the basics of the hair systems. So if you still aren't sure how to choose, it's no problem. Contact LaVivid customer support and we'll help you make the right choices.